Hey everyone, I hope you're all enjoying the weekend and ready to check out some awesome deals. In today's episode, we'll take a look at a bunch of games that are on sale right now, all for less than $5 each. We have some games that finally broke under that $4.99 mark for the first time ever, which is always exciting to see, and we have some fan favorites back on sale. Plus, we have a special new game spotlight at the end of the video as a bonus. If this happens to be your first time here, welcome to the channel. Please consider hitting that red button down below to join the great group of people we have here already. We'd love to welcome you into the family as well. And if you've been here before, welcome back my friends. As always, we truly appreciate you hanging out with us for a few minutes again today. And a special thank you to everyone that joined us for the game night over on Digital Game Room last night. It's been a blast hanging out with the crew and playing Mario Kart for the last 3 or 4 weekends. Alright folks, and without any further ado, let's dive into the list and try to find some deals. As always, stay safe out there, and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start with 9 Monkeys of Shaolin. This is a 3D action beat 'em up for 1 to 2 players in local co-op, or you can play online if you like, with a story that will take roughly 7 to 8 hours to complete, and it has a download size around 4 gigabytes. In this one, we play as a Chinese fisherman with mysterious ties to the ancient martial arts, and we set out to avenge our family and friends who were brutally killed in a pirate raid on our village. The game features action-packed battles, friendly simple controls, and a truly immersive world. The online multiplayer can have a bit of lag on occasion, but nothing that will break up the fun too badly, and if you're looking for a good beat 'em up, this is a pretty good option as it's currently on sale. Right now you can pick it up at an all-time low until April 29th, marked down 75% to just $4.99. Next we have ANIMUS. This is a single-player action RPG from True Studios that offers a main story that will last roughly 4 to 6 hours to finish up, and it has a download size around 2.6 gigabytes. Now this is basically a budget-friendly Dark Souls that requires strategy and tactics, as you have to learn combat patterns and how and when to use each of your attacks or skills. You'll also have to manage skill points, equipment, materials, and learn to master defense as well. The game is definitely challenging and not for everyone, but if you're interested in ANIMUS or the sequel, both are on sale until May 12th. As far as the first one, it's marked down 60% to a new all-time low of just $2.79. Away, Journey to the Unexpected is a single-player first-person RPG from Plug-in Digital with a download size around 6.2 gigabytes and a main story that will last roughly 4 to 5 hours to finish up. The game features massive levels with different paths you can take and multiple characters that you can switch between. Now it's a roguelike, so keep that in mind, as that can sometimes be a deal breaker for a few people, and all of the normal shortcomings you find in FPS melee heavy games are still present here, but if you can deal with those things, this is a great little adventure to be had, and it's at a hefty discount this week. Right now you can pick up Away Journey to the Unexpected for just $3.39, marked down 80% until April 30th and matching an all-time low. Encodya is a single-player narrative-driven adventure game from Assemble Entertainment with a download size around 4.25 gigabytes and a main story that will last roughly 10 to 11 hours to finish up. Now at the core of this dark cyberpunk story is a tale about a girl and her companion, a guard robot named Sam. There are over 100 locations to visit in this beautiful 2.5D setting, tons of NPCs to interact with, making the city feel alive, and the puzzles, while challenging, never get too overly complicated to the point of frustration. The soundtrack adds a nice level of immersion, and the story is well worth the asking price alone. If you're interested in Encodya, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on May 11th. It's marked down 85% to a new all-time low of just $4.49, breaking that $5 mark for the first time ever. Next up we have Love. This is a single-player action platformer with a short story that will last maybe 2 or 3 hours to finish up, with a download size around 150 megabytes. The game has a unique retro aesthetic and more than 15 different levels to explore. It also has an original soundtrack that's fantastic. Now the game is pretty challenging and even includes a few different game modes like speedrun option or competitive scoring options. And to try to alleviate some of the difficulty, the game will allow you to put a checkpoint at almost anywhere in the level as long as you're on solid ground. If you're interested in Love, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on April 26th. It's marked down 33% to just $1.99. Next up we have QUAKE. This is an old school FPS from Bethesda offering unlimited hours of mayhem, as it offers both local and online multiplayer action, with online up to 8 people. The game has been updated and enhanced for today's gamers, and it's absolutely a blast to play. Plus it comes with the all new content developed by the original team of creators, as well as the original expansion content, making this a great value. You can even download additional content and mods made by fans, which is such an awesome addition to this version of one of the most iconic FPS games of all time. Plus it even has crossplay with PC and both other consoles. If you're interested in Quake, make sure to grab this one up before the sale ends on the 29th. It's marked down 60% to a new all-time low of just $3.99. Redeemer the Enhanced Edition is an action fighter available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op with the main story that will last roughly 6 to 8 hours to complete, and it has a download size around 3.6 gigabytes. Now this is an intense top-down fighter with brutal close quarters combat, a dodge and parry system requiring precise timing, and even a few unique finishing moves to dispatch your enemies in glorious fashion. The game runs great here on the console, and it has a physics-based damage system where you can dismember your opponents and then use their body parts as weapons, which was really cool. Now the story mode is single player, while the other modes are designed with multiplayer action in mind, and if you're interested in Redeemer Enhanced Edition, it's on sale until the 29th, marked down 75% to a new all-time low of just $374. Rogue Aces is an arcade-style 2D shooter from Infinite State Games with a main campaign that will last roughly 8 to 10 hours and a download size around 165 megabytes. Now this is basically a 2D aerial combat roguelike featuring a unique solo campaign combined with great multiplayer party style modes featuring multiple game modes designed for up to 4 people. Now sadly there's no online, but both the single player and the multiplayer modes are a blast to play through, and the single player story is fully developed and fleshed out. The graphics are great, it controls great, and if you're interested here on the Switch, you can grab it up on sale until May 9th. It's marked down 85%, matching a previous low of just $199. Next up we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the Complete Edition. This is a beat 'em up for 1 to 4 players in both local and online co-op, and this one comes to us from Ubisoft, offering a main story that will last roughly 5 to 10 hours. This is one of the most fun beat 'em ups on the Switch. The animations and soundtrack are top notch, and this edition includes all of the DLC as well. The art and animations are great here on the Switch, and all of this comes packaged in a 1.1 gigabyte download. If you're a fan of beat 'em ups, this is definitely a game to check out, as it finally broke the $5 mark for the first time ever. Right now it's on sale until May 5th, marked down 67% to a new all-time low of just $490. Next up we have Shapeshooter. This is a single player shooter from Cubite Interactive with a download size around 170 megabytes, and it offers tons of replayability. Now this is an on-rail shooter that looks and runs great here on the Switch. You have several different weapons to swap between, and they can be upgraded as you play through, and along with the weapon upgrades you also get upgrades to your battle tank as well. In addition to the enemies that you'll be taking out, you also have environmental hazards that you have to avoid, and it can become a bit wild with all the different colors and shapes on screen and the different hectic moments. This was definitely a cool little game, and if you're interested in Shapeshooter, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on April 29th. It's marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $199. SuperEpic The Entertainment War is a single-player 2D action platformer from Numbskull Games with a download size around 870 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 10 hours or so to finish up. The game takes place in the not-so-distant future where a corrupt video game company has taken over control of the masses with addictive video games. We play as a young raccoon with our trusty steed as we explore the offices of this corrupt corporation, taking on a wide variety of enemies, epic bosses, and overcoming the puzzles that we find along the way. Now it's up to us to break in and save the world. If you're interested in SuperEpic, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on April 28th. It's marked down 88%, matching a previous low of just $215. WarriOrb is another 2D action platformer. This time it's a single player and comes to us from Not Yet Entertainment. The game has a download size around 6.5 gigabytes, and in this one we play as a mighty demon trapped in a puny body. The mission is simple: regain our freedom without losing our sanity along the way. Now there are all sorts of magical creatures and baddies to take out, deadly traps, challenges, and more, so you'll need quick reflexes and precise timing in many areas. There are plenty of cool characters to meet along the way, and the story is very emotional. If you're interested in WarriOrb, make sure to check it out before the sale ends here in a couple days on the 25th. Right now it's marked down 80%, matching an all-time low of just $259. Alright folks, and here's a new game spotlight, Watcher Chronicles. In Watcher Chronicles, we play as one of the many lost souls that have to band together to defeat a powerful evil group called the Watchers. Now, as you might expect from a Souls-like game, combat will consist of attacking, dodging, and managing your stamina as you work your way through each encounter. And as you do so, you'll earn upgrade currency. This time around it's called Umbra, that you can either spend to upgrade one of the 4 main stats, or you can spend it on specialty items, but either way you'll want to spend it, as you lose it upon death and have to make your way back to collect it before you die again, or else it's gone forever. The game also has a heavy emphasis on the RPG mechanics, allowing you to customize the game to your playstyle in many different ways. But they're all made easy and simple to understand, so even new people to the genre should be able to adjust quickly and have no problems. Of course, the highlight for the game for many will be the boss encounters that are scattered throughout this massive world, which plays out a lot like a 2D Metroidvania. There are more than 20 intense boss battles throughout the game, and they can definitely test your resolve. Thankfully though, you have plenty of great weapons to choose from, including both melee and ranged weapons, as well as powerful spells that you can learn and master. Now with all that said, you also have the ability to play the entire game in local co-op with 2 players, and there's New Game Plus mode as well. Make sure to check this one out. Again, it releases on April 28th on the Nintendo Switch eShop for $19.99. Alright folks, and as always, here are some other games to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright folks, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you as always for hanging out with us. You're legendary if you made it this far. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in more videos, click right here for some more great content. Little man, take us home. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!